Capture. All right, welcome everyone to the podcast. Wherever you're watching this, YouTube, Twitch, welcome everyone. I'm Flight. Can you guys also introduce yourselves?
OOFTUS.
Okay. Well, our guest today is HistoriFy. He's a very well-known. Is that YouTube Shiv?
Yeah.
Perfectly on time. All right. Okay, so our guest today is HistoriFy, very well-known figure in the Krunker community. He's in DevClan. He worked on the translation project. He's a staff figure in Krunker India and one of the biggest figures in the Krunker Indian community. And yeah, we're very glad to have him on today. So
Y-
yeah, Shiv and Spectrular, would you like to introduce yourselves, or do you want to get right into the meat of the topics?
Let's get right into it, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we have a few topics today. So the first topic is like it's very specific to you. Uh, the question is, you got to the very highest levels of the game in terms of community. What do you think it takes to get there, and can you give some viewers some insight as to what it's like?
I started from the very basic, like it has been a year or so now I've been working for Krunker. Like I worked for Krunker. Now the story is different, but yeah, like it's totally different. I started from the very basic. So I DM'd Jitesh one fine morning, like, okay, hey, I think you are verified. How you got verified? So he said I work for the Krunker wiki and then I got verified. I was like, okay, so can I help there too? So yeah, I started there from like very beginning. I started editing on Wiki. I started, updating the stuff there. Then I got staff in Krunker India. So yeah, the story goes on from there. Then later on, I got staff in Krunker Asia too. Then I helped set up Krunker Africa. Then, I was in contact with Sid on Twitch chats. Like I used to inform him how the work is going on. So one day I asked him, like, hey, can I join DevClan? So he was like, yeah, okay, fine, send me a request. So yeah, I reached finally there.
Awesome, awesome. So wait, I have a question for you actually regarding the wiki. Do you think there's still more work to be done there, or is it like almost nearly complete with all the knowledge of the game?
Like the game is getting updated like nearly daily. We have the scripting updates nowadays now. So I feel like the more people we have, the more better it is because we just have three or four like people who are working on it right now. It's Jitesh, it's JJ, then it's JNK, like he has joined recently and he's doing very well. So the more people presently, the more better it is.
Awesome. Okay. And
Yeah, and I
actually,
did have
sorry,
one
go.
question relating to the scripting update. Not a lot of people know about the scripting, so can you give us a basic overview of what is the scripting update and what it's going to mean for the game?
Like, okay, scripting update is another extension for map editor. Like, map editor is visual. You can edit your maps there, you can make your maps there, you can upload your maps from there. But scripting editor gives you all the basic features to all the extended features. So you can code your own game from there. You can code and update your own game from there. Like, we have many interesting games nowadays. We have that Mario Kart, we have that Sponge Gun, we have that all the force mystery map, so we can get all those interesting maps just through scripting alone.
Yeah,
Okay,
Like the
yes.
scripting
Sorry,
update is nice.
sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's fine. It's fine.
yeah, the next question was actually going to be how do you think scripting will change the game? But you already kind of answered that. So do you think we can just like build off of that question? Do you think that scripting will ever it will ever affect like the main gameplay like pubs and competitive?
See, pubs and competitive is completely different from what scripting gives. Scripting gives you custom games. Scripting can give you good games which can be added to the pubs later. But I don't think scripting is gonna help competitive or the ranked side. It can help pub side, like if two or one or more maps are more interesting, then they can add it to the pubs. But I don't think like the competitive side is gonna get affected from that. For that thing, we have Face It. Face It is coming. I know the thing is taking a lot of time, but like if all the earlier updates, all the earlier new updates were incompleted, then they had to rush it, then they had to update it again and again. So they are just, gonna give you a final product of Face It. So they don't wanna update it again. They don't wanna add something again like they used to do it previously.
That's actually a really good insight because later on I was gonna basically use one of the questions as an opportunity to vent because I mean Face It has already been delayed what like 6 months, almost actually 7 months now maybe. They said January release, but it's July. But that's okay, right? Because you gave the insight, and I didn't think of it that way. I don't think a lot of people thought of it that way. That like earlier the like the updates and the features that they released, they were never finished products. But now what you're saying is like I think it's absolutely valid that they're going to be releasing more of a finished product now, so that they don't have to constantly update it.
It's not just the game side here, like the game alone can do anything for Face It, but it's the integration. It has to be done from both sides. We know like COVID is hitting up countries very badly. So earlier, all those Face It developers are from Italy, right? So, all those Face It, like Krunker had to code, they had to do meetings, then they had to test it, then they had to work on it again. And then there was COVID, working restrictions, and also, yeah, that is why it is taking time, or it would have been released long ago.
Oh, all right, awesome. That's actually a really good answer. Spectrular, I know you're very into competitive. Do you have any other questions about Faceit? Because I've actually learned a lot in the last like 5 minutes even.
Yeah. Normally it would be better for a finished product, because if they had like half of a product, people would get mad again, be like, you guys are giving us so much update and we can't play the game more because like updates take time to load.
Hmm.
Yeah, actually,
But yeah, like I
yeah.
understand, yeah, I understand what you are trying to say. Like they have promised like they are gonna overhaul the game entirely. They are gonna change the hitboxes. They are gonna change how the movement works. They are gonna change the classes stats. They are gonna do class balancing. So yeah, if all those follows in plan, the finished product or the final product will be awesome.
Yeah. And I think what both of you pointed out is like it's kind of like the problem with Cyberpunk 2077 that if they try to rush it out now because people are angry and they're impatient, then it's gonna be like what happened with Cyberpunk that it when it comes out it's just so buggy and unplayable that like no one likes it anymore.
Yeah,
So
correct. Cyberpunk was totally not tested. It's everything buggy. The story is stale. It's a full of bugs. It's full of cheats. It's so costly too. Like people spend a lot, then they buy this game, then they are like, oh, it crashed. It's shit. And also, yeah, that's a bit annoying at last. So Krunker is trying to avoid that this at this moment, and they are trying to give you a full final finished product of it, so you don't have to cry, you don't have to mold again.
all right, okay. Wait, do we have any oh, Lucid, I agree, cry moment. I just opened chat on my phone. Uh, okay, wait. What are the other questions? Right, okay, so there was a question about the translation project. So, how was your experience working on the translation project, and do you think it really opened up Krunker to other regions, or is it just like a thing there for show?
Like the translation project was the one of the most interesting community project for this Krunker. Like all the people from all the communities came forward to give their time to do something for Krunker. They just translated, they took the lines, they translated it themselves. Like, for example, you never saw some Turkish players in Krunker, right? But now they have helped in translation. There's Disney, then there's WO or something. So these guys, like, are all are normal. Like I think we were staff at that time when we were helping with the translation project. But others, many people weren't staff. They were just normal players and they were helping the game in some other way. So yeah, that was a very cool project. Um, Currently, all the languages like were edited by the normal people. Then they were verified by some known people in the community who knew the language perfectly or whose mother tongue language was that particular language. So yeah, the project went pretty smooth at last, and it's still going on. Like we are still updating it whenever a new update comes, whenever they add new lines, or when there is a bug, there's an error. It's totally smooth. I like this project, like, cause it came out so well.
Okay, that's actually awesome to hear, dude. I didn't know there was like that big of a thing, bringing together that many people, but yeah, it's really nice to hear. But my follow-up question is this: Have you heard any stories of any people who, like, for example, they didn't speak English and because of the sorry, one second, because of their because of the do you get what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm just blanking here. Because of it being translated into their native language, they were able to play Krunker or something.
Yeah, you can. Like it gets more, like home. You get the feeling of home. Like Japan players, you can take the example of Japan players. You can take the example of other countries where English is not that native. So yeah, they get a very good feeling like, okay, this game is in my language where other games are not. So yeah, that feels very good. For example, take Japan. Japan just depends upon Japanese for like 75% of the times or 70% of the times. And when they get Krunker in Japanese, they are very happy. Same for European countries, same for like African countries. When they get, their game translated in their language, it's very good. But yeah, there's one more thing like we have to take into consideration is the player base from that region. Like we cannot accept a language unless it has a very decent player base.
Oh, so are there any like languages that you've rejected because the player base is like too small, or it just wouldn't be worth the effort?
Yeah, we had some language requests for Urdu, etc. Because the dialect is hard. Then the player base from for like whose native language is Urdu, getting those player base, it's like players from that region are very less at the time, so we had to reject few languages. Not me, like for game staff reason and stuff.
Yeah. All right. And wait, sorry. Can I just ask chat again? Am I audible now? Because
You were always audible.
okay, because a lot of people in chat were saying that they couldn't hear me earlier.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you know what? Chat's not answering. Never mind. I lost the question. Wait.
I have a question as well. Do you use Google Translate while making the language settings?
No, 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 no one like. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, even if someone uses it, the translation goes to a person who is known in the community. Like for Hindi, me and Zood were known, so we went through the translations, we fixed it. No language like got certified unless some known person from that particular native language tested it, checked it line by line. Okay, there's no Google Translate used, there's no mistake, there's no grammatical error. Only after that they have added all the languages currently.
Okay, and actually for the viewers who are watching this on YouTube or wherever else, can you also give like a list of like a quick rundown of like the biggest languages that it's been translated to? Histo, are you there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So some big languages, let me just Japanese, Hindi, Tagalog, then Turkish, Spanish. Spanish got translated recently, like fresh. French, and then and Russian got translated too. Then Korean. Yeah, these were the languages that were added. My memory is a bit weak because I am just drifted off from that topic. It has been a while since I have, just focused on something else rather than the translation project. Yeah, but a lot of languages which I mentioned right now were added, and the players from that native community were happy. Like after seeing those languages.
Question. You personally like use other languages or do you use English in Krunker?
Like I always we have this tendency in India that we use English more than any other thing on any technological thing, like even if it's mobile, even if it's laptop, even if it's some software. Like I'm telling my perspective. So like it's so common that we use English every day. But yeah, you feel good whenever you see some stuff in your own language. Like, okay, yeah, this thing is in Hindi or this thing is in my language. You get that good feeling like the game cares about your community, game cares about you. So you have that satisfaction even when you don't, choose that language as your default language.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes you feel good. That it makes it seem like the developers actually care and they're taking your feedback and they're
Yeah, yeah,
doing
correct.
what's best for the player.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay. So actually now, transitioning from this from the really wholesome topics, we have a little bit more negative publicity going on for the next topic. What do you think of the entire Dream Krunker quote unquote exposing drama?
Okay, so that shit is like really funny. Dream was a CC himself. Uh, Others are CC2 on which he was exposing. My personal opinions are like all those issues which he discussed, like all those issues which he released in public, had to be discussed like well ago. For example, take that streams at trading. You had to like community should have been known like okay they had traded it, it's fine. If it's negative, it's again TOS, they took the permission, all right, no worries. But it should have been discussed. Now the thing with Krunker is like topmost CCs are just too privileged. Okay, like if you get too much clout, you can break any rule you want. That's the current situation. But yeah, obviously dev support them because I guess CCs give you too much
CCs keep maintain and grow your player base,
Yeah, because
right?
yeah,
CC is
they help in
basically
growing.
like
Yeah, continue, carry on. Sorry, my
yeah,
network is a bit.
CCs basically they advertise the game for free, so that's why I think they're privileged. Like they're more privileged. However, what Dream
Hmm.
did was, in order to quote unquote leave the community, he wanted to like expose everyone before he left.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
mm,
the only shitty thing
yeah,
like he did right
yeah,
there. Like, okay, I quit. I shit talk about everyone. I am a stupid guy. I want to shit talk. I want to leak
yeah,
everything. If he would have really cared, he could have released it ago. There could have been a perfect discussion. Okay, this had happened. No worries.
yeah.
This had happened. Okay, no problem. But when you are about to quit and you start to shit talk about someone, that's really annoying. That gets annoying. Okay, nothing else. All those issues, all those topics were had to be discussed in public. Okay, this had happened. This had happened. Well, whoever CC it was, let it be Tremzet, let it be someone else, let it be Mr. ABC, whoever it was. So all those issues might should have been known to the public, so they don't remain in like shadows of something like okay, even this happens. Because if some commoner had done those things like selling skins for money or something, they would have been get locked. Let's divert from the topic, or else I guess our accounts will get locked tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like what you're saying is that it's basically a case of he's right topic but wrong time. He should have, if he had all this evidence, he should have done it on, the second he got it, right? But instead he waited and then just to make
He
some
wanted to make like he wanted to make like a big final stance before he left the community. So
well, I
he's like,
guess he
okay, I'm gonna
succeeded in that,
post. Yeah,
right?
but they got
Yeah.
a lot
He
of
he
negative.
created a
They
lot of
got a lot
drama.
of
So
But he got trolled very hard. So yeah,
actually it didn't create too
that's
much drama towards like let's say Strems. Like the person
yeah,
who he
yeah.
exposed
It was just
Strems,
drama
it
towards
didn't
them.
affect it didn't affect Strems too much in general. It affected Dream more than Strems. What
Yeah. I mean, yeah, as you said, Histo, the situation is just generally more funny than serious because of the way it was handled. Uh,
Hmm.
right. So wait, I'm out of questions here on my side. Do you guys have any other questions for Histo? Or chat? Does chat have any questions? I will go on to chat right now.
I had one for the settings in Krunker, and one of the settings it's called hit reg test. So I don't know what that does specifically.
So are you asking what it does, Spectrular?
Yeah, like what does it do? Because I don't really see a difference in hit reg.
Wait, I don't think Histo's like an actual coding dev on it.
No, 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 I can't bit answer that. Like, the devs say like it's a test which with which you can see if the hitbox have improved or not. Like it's currently in beta, so I don't have much idea about that too. So yeah,
Oh,
let's
okay.
skip that question.
Squishy Toenail or Yuhan is asking, what does Histo do as a dev?
I am first of all not a dev. I was a staff. I was just in dev clan. Dev clan doesn't mean you are like a actual dev. So like in order to in order to become a staff, you had to work for like various aspects of that thing. Like I work for wiki, I work for the translation project, I work for this. Then I got where I was. I was not an actual dev, but yeah, you can call me a staff. Now retired, correct?
Okay, yeah, and I just want to add
No,
real quickly, some of you in chat are really down bad and you need to like calm down and touch some grass. Alright, so does anyone have any other questions? Okay, Riox is asking FaceIT when.
even I don't know myself. Like whenever I will get the probable date, I'll just inform it.
Wait, is that actually the real Riox though? I'm curious.
Mm-hmm. Mm, yeah, he's a real one.
Oh my chat, calm down. This is going on YouTube.
One second.
Okay, yeah, so hey, Bill, calm down. I told you this is going on. This is going on YouTube. Oh wow. Okay. Guys, I just want to remind you, Histo is not like he's retired Krunker staff as he just said. He's not like a dev who does active coding work on the game. Ali's asking if he can join Dev Clan. Oh, Shiv just dropped out. Oh, okay.
I mean,
Sorry,
you
yeah.
just need to ask Sydney personally, like if you want to join DevClan, there's nothing special. Fortech joined DevClan in the same manner he asked Sydney in a Twitch whispers, like, hey, can I join DevClan? Others too, like there's no fixed criteria to joining the DevClan. You have to just ask the owner, that is Sydney. If he agrees, you are in. If he doesn't, you are out. Simple.
There you go, Ali. Just send if Sydney doesn't know, you just send you just send a uh just send your YouTube channel link there. Billboard, he literally just answered that question. Okay, wait, H, you need to repeat your question. Chat's moving pretty fast. Billboard also asked, uh, what was being KPD like?
Oh, KPD is like, it's a band-aid to the current cheater system. It's not a permanent solution. It's not a permanent stitch. So yeah, KPD can get really harassing sometimes. The overall, like the feeling is good. Like you are the in-game moderator. You can tag people. You can act as a savior of people in pubs. But at last, it's too harassing. Like one false second, bam, the entire community is against you. So you had to tread with care there. Moreover, you had some seniors to answer to. So Like KPD is overall very good unless you do a fall stack, just one single fall stack and everything changes for you. Like you know what happened with the tag speed run videos and all shit, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, baiting the tags and all that. Uh, okay, wait, actually, one second, there was one more question. Oh yeah, do you get KR when you arrest a hacker as a KPD?
Yeah, yeah. So that was getting very interesting later because KPD officers like us, we were asking like, hey, can we get something in return? So they were like, okay, like we'll think about it. So then later on, Sydney thought to add 5K per successful call. Even like if the hacker is like if the guy is cheating or not, it doesn't depend. The call has to be successful. So for each successful report, the KPD officer used to get 5K at the start. Then it was increased to 8, which is the current rate. Sydney had also said like he might increase it more later on. It's just a beta phase of that testing of that feature. So let's see how does that end up because I think KPD like does a lot for the community. They are doing seriously a lot. Like seriously 3K to 5K tags weekly is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, it is. Okay, wait. Are there any other questions here? Billboard, I'm just yeah, we uh Histo, I think you're also on chat, so you can see the question from H there. Pro Hacker, he answered your question, that question earlier in the stream, like early. When this goes on YouTube, you can just see there. Uh, Jason is asking, is Histo single?
No, I'm not single.
There you
Like
go. Questions answered. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm kidding. All right. So hope Histo's mom see the stream. Or oh my god. Oh. Billboard's asking, how did HistoriFy contribute to the Indian Krunker community? I heard he used to manage it or something.
yeah, I used to manage Conquer India like from the start, from trainee staff. I used to moderate chat, the normal stuff of a moderator. Then later on, I got Sydney to add it as a different scrim server region. Like you can see the Krunker India invite in game now. Earlier it wasn't there. So yeah, I did all the small stuff which led to the in-game invite, etc., and the recognition. So yeah, all the small stuff, nothing big.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. H is asking, will I pass the 10th grade? I think I will. Uh, H, your other question just got answered by Histo directly. He doesn't get pension. Ali's asking, when will HistoriFy play pickups again?
Oh, I don't know about this. I'm just busy, too busy with the IRL stuff. So it's hard to take out some time to play pickups at least.
All right,
So
yeah,
let's see
yeah.
after a
Uh,
few years.
Devil. Billboard asked, did you lock any people in game?
No, 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 no. KPD cannot lock people. KPD cannot lock people in game. That's the most basic misconception related to KPD. They can only tag only game staff like noon, except people who are very senior in the KPD. They can only lock. No one else can lock accounts.
All right, awesome. Uh, s- all right, Ooftus has a question, I think.
Actually, I have two questions. First, do you pour your milk first, cereal first, or Burger King no meat 100% plant Whopper?
Milk, milk. I'll go with
Okay,
milk.
okay, respectable. Second, do you ever rage and threaten to leak somebody's IP if they be
Never. I don't get any
I?
IPs or else I would have been.
Ooftus, are you okay? I'm just curious, where did that question come from?
Oh,
Uh, Ali's Hey, Guzu, don't trash talk. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there with OOFTUS. Scans and Jason are asking, did you spawn in any KR?
We can't.
Yeah,
No, we can't. We
yeah.
can't spawn. Only said and wins. We can't.
Billboard, most of these questions were answered like earlier on. I think oh my gosh, Scans with
I
the
didn't got
frustration with
a
this.
billboard said, and what additional pumps did you gain after getting Krunker Volunteer, which is different from KPD? I didn't get anything special. I just got a verified check mark. Then after KPD, I got the band pumps. I got the kick pumps from in-game. Nothing special. You don't get special pumps unless you're game star. That's simple as that.
This is supposed to be some KR as well. All right, I think I don't think we're getting any more good questions from. Yeah, okay, Billboard, you just confirmed. I don't think we're getting any more good. Oh, Devil has a good question here. Why haven't you tried for game staff?
I mean, it's hard. You just cannot go and ask, hey, can you give me the game stuff features? I want to work for the game, etc., etc. They hire you yourself. Like there were a lot of talented people earlier. There was that website. What was his name? I forgot shit. Mm, that Reddit mod who made a website for Krunker inventory, right? I forgot his name. So yeah, all those talented people were there before me, after me. They are right now. So it's hard. They induct you themselves. You cannot go and cry like, "Hey, give me game stuff, okay?" And this and that. No, that it doesn't work like that. Also, they don't have any official applications and stuff like where they can hire you. So yeah, one more thing I wanted to touch upon, like if Krunker just expands its team, like the game has grown into a huge game right now. Like it's very huge. So if Krunker expands its team, like the main code devs here, the marketing ones there, the people who deal with the FaceIT integration here, so that would be better right now because like you are gonna get a lot of stuff right now. Scripting is coming, FaceIT is coming, then the normal game stuff, then the normal pubs. You are gonna diverse the game completely right now. So if Yandex inducts more people in with their company, that would be better right now.
Hmm, interesting. All right, wait, okay, so we have actually a few decent questions here. Lucid and H are asking what other things are you focusing on in life right now other than cooking?
Oh, I'm just focusing on getting a proper university right now. Like I'm trying to prepare for all those entrance examinations.
Oh,
I gave a lot of my crucial, like life used to be chill before Corona, before lockdown. But after lockdown, I thought, okay, let's do something for Krunker. Then I reached here. All that crucial time I gave to Krunker instead of, preparing for my university. Yeah, you can call that big boy studies. So yeah, now I have to devote that time for university entrance instead of Krunker. So yeah, I'm busy with my life right now.
all right.
Yeah, that is easily more important than a
Easily,
.io game.
easily.
Obviously, obviously.
Uh, the Billboard is asking, do you still have? Well, I can answer that question. He doesn't have KPD perms, but he's
No,
asking,
no, no, I don't.
can you get back in as a volunteer?
I mean, I can work back as a wiki staff if they allow, because just as I have told, like it depends upon the seniors, it depends upon the game staff to allow you to work again. So it's hard because you have to answer to some dumb people right there. There are some very really, really dumb people who don't use brains in the Krunker. Not game stuff, not devs. Devs are very busy, so they don't have to, deal with this stuff. But there are people in KPD, there are people in Wiki, there are people in Reddit. I have not never worked with Reddit, so I don't know. Wiki stuff is also completely perfect. But I'm talking about KPD. Like there are some seniors where you have to answer them sometimes. So yeah, it gets really cringe right there, explaining them like this happened, that happened. So if I want to, I might get into skin making. I might get into streaming later on. But as of now, Wiki, nah, KPD, nah, everything else where it has a they have a senior right there. I won't get into that again.
Okay, awesome. And also wait, so there's a question that Guzu asked earlier and I missed it. Sorry about that. Luke said repeated it. Wait, so you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to. We discussed this in DMs, but they want to hear the answer to this. Uh, they asked, I'm a little hazy on the matter. Why was Histo removed as KPD, and can he elaborate a little bit?
So yeah, in midwhile while working for Krunker, I announced my break because my health was deteriorating, my mental health was deteriorating. Plus, I had symptoms for COVID at that time, didn't get tested. So I took a break and I left everything. Like I left my servers, I left KPD server. I informed some people before leaving. And then meanwhile, like after I came back, so I saw just to check, I saw like my palms were removed. So I talked to Sid, I talked to Noon. They said some people don't want you in back and they had personal issues with you. Now, those specific people, they either don't know me or they are just dumb. They want to take somewhat revenge. They want to take some revenge on me. I don't know. So I tried. Sid said, okay, I'll try to find out a solution. Noon said, I cannot do anything because it's a personal issue. I agree. They cannot do anything. Okay. Then I gave up at last. Like, even if I get my funds back, even if I get everything back, I still have to work with those stupid people. Like it gets really annoying. Like, you have to go through this, then you get your stuff back, then you have to work with them again. So, nah, I was not that type of a person. The thing that surprises me here, like people who had zero idea about me talked shit about me, that too behind my back. Like, I like criticism when people criticize me, like, you are wrong here, you are wrong here. I'm like, okay, I'll work on that. But something when the person is not there, I don't like that at all. Like, if you have idea, if you are complaining, then it's fine, totally fine, no problem. But when you just don't know about that person, can you just like stay away from that issue? That would have been better. So yeah, like all those issues would have still be repeated if even if I had like tried hard and got my pounds back. So I thought, okay, like let's leave it. Why to get into such a hassle when you have to deal with those people again?
Yeah,
So I left it.
yeah. Okay, Billboard has another question. Um, wait, where is this? Did you have any? I'll just rephrase this a little bit. Did you get any did you have any insider information about the big ship tag, since you were KPD and like the footage that they leaked was supposed to be for KPD only?
No, I don't have much info about that issue. Like the video was 6 months old, and like if everything would have been normal, he would have got tagged at that time itself, but it took 6 months or something unless someone leaked it. So yeah, everything was so kept hidden, so dark. No one knew about it unless someone inside from KPD leaked it itself. So yeah, we don't know about it. No one knows actually. But yeah, the good thing is like he's tagged at last. It's fair for everyone. That's it.
Flight, you have to drink water.
Oh, someone redeemed hydrate.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. You can't see me because I don't have a webcam, but I just drank some water. Okay. Yeah. So
Another water.
who just? Oh my gosh. Who's
Two more,
who's
three more,
who's redeeming?
four,
No, no, no.
five,
Two,
5,
six,
6.
three. Okay, so I owe you guys three more right now. Okay, I'm gonna go get some water. Spectral, I would
seven,
love if you
Posture
would take
check,
over.
posture check. You got
eight,
2 posture check.
All right,
Up
posture check.
straight, kid.
I'm sitting up super duper
Oh,
straight.
you aren't. Sorry, kid. Um, so 3 more hydrates. Turn on webcam.
I'm not turning on the webcam.
Okay, you're a scammer. You're a scammer. Everyone report flight for
If
scamming.
someone if someone
Everyone go
gives
to
100
Krunker.
subs right now, I'll turn on the webcam. 100 tier 3 subs. There you go.
Okay, so everyone go to Krunker social HTML profile flight and then report him for scamming.
Okay, wait. Before that, yeah. So I'm gonna go get some more water so I can fulfill the hydration requests. Spectral or OOFTUS, can you please take chat's questions?
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Why was Big Ship tag delayed because of drops?
No. Big Ship, that story is completely different. Like no one knows exactly what had happened earlier because the as just I said, video was recorded 6 months ago. So if
Um,
that could have been the case, he would have been tagged at that moment itself. There was no planning for drops at that time. There was no public information about drops at that time. No one knows exactly why it had been delayed. Like even the KPD officers themselves don't know why it had been delayed. Talking about Gusu's question, like why did they remove the perms due to personal issues? Like, hey, KPD is being handled by the developers directly themselves, and they don't want drama. Like, if they get involved into drama themselves, they won't be able to devote their time to some other thing. So I respect their opinion. Like, they removed my perms, it's okay. They didn't want any drama, so they removed my perms. It's all right. But yeah, it gets the main thing is yeah, that gets annoying when you have to meet those type of people again after you get your pump. So I just left it. Simple.
all right. Good
Guzu
answer.
asked, what are your opinions on the increasement of false tags in Krunker?
I mean, you cannot blame anyone right here. The spectator client is a bit buggy. The KPD officers are human themselves, so human errors happen. But I, like increasing false tags is a very complicated question to answer because there are many factors right there which happen. So I like you are trying to wait 1 second. Let me just gather. So yeah, the spec client's buggy, then there are human errors, then there's continuous trolling for false tag. Like when you get false tag, the entire community pounces on you like, hey, you are stupid, you tagged him, you don't even know how the game works, you don't even know how the tagging works. And then it gets very harassing. So they added a new rule in the TOS, like you cannot troll KPD. I think unless the spec client is fixed, fault tags will keep occurring. Also, yeah, keeping in mind human errors may occur. So yeah, community has to be a bit lenient for KPD. Like, okay, they are humans too. They get like it's a very hard job tagging like thousands of accounts weekly. So the community has to calm down a bit, wait for a while, wait for the spec client to get finished, etc.
All right. Okay. Sorry.
Uh, brand,
Sorry.
yeah, and also random perms were removed from KPD. Is that the sign that no. Like KPD has had moles who were leaking quite confidential details from there. It shouldn't have been leaked. I agree. Like the ship that should have been talked earlier, but there were somewhat more stuff which was leaked earlier. So they are just trying to rebuild KPD right now. Like they are trying to induct more better people. I supposedly believe like people like those Brandon, Ashokra, etc. All those are known. All those are like very known. They have a proper understanding of the game, so they will or they might get back into KPD. But yeah, let's see. The only thing that visible right now is that KPD is being rebuilt. So yeah, let's wait. Nothing else.
Okay.
Like anti-cheat is again a complicated topic because it's a browser game after all. You cannot complain again and again like, hey, the anti-cheat's failing. Like they are updating it again and again. Then again, if a ban wave happens, everything goes boom. So yeah, it's just being about patient, okay? You just cannot expect like a very big thing from a small game like this or from a mediocre game like this. Like I cannot expect Fortnite from Krunker. I cannot expect PUBG Mobile from Krunker. All those are well-based, engine-based games. Krunker is not on an engine right now. It's just on HTML and JS. So plus it's a browser game, so it's really hard to maintain anti-cheat. That's it. I guess ranked will get better when FaceIT drops in, but yeah, the cheats might get more advanced. Let's see. That's it.
I'm just gonna let you guys know I am now hydrating.
All right.
Uh,
Okay. What happened? What did I miss?
Majority of it. I'm not gonna lie.
Isn't uncon
Okay, wait. Yeah, I'm just.
can confirm flight is
Oh, Wilbur was talking about the opinion on like useless rules in KPD.
Useless
like
rules like
Like
what?
like one of them is baiting KPD and can get you tagged.
no, that
Yeah,
makes
that's what I'm
sense.
trying to. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, whenever a false flag happens, the entire community pounces on you. Like, you are the playing doll for them. They troll you, they mock you badly. So, to avoid that harassment, they added that rule. It's fine. But, sometimes those tag happens to the bugs in the spec client. Like, spec client is very buggy at the moment, I agree. So, until that fixed, I guess you cannot do anything for the players or the KPD themselves. So, you have to stay neutral. You don't have to bait them. You don't have to troll them every time. Simple as that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you do troll K, kind of makes sense that you would get, well, not hacker tagged, but at least punished, because APD probably get a lot of calls, so they have to like stop as many hackers as they can. If they get
Mhm.
trolled, then they don't get to do their job as well.
It's about mental health too, right? Like imagine you just do a small false stack and then entire Twitter pounces on you, entire community pounces on you, like, okay, you are dumb, you don't know how to play, you don't know how to moderate.
Yeah, like I've
So
seen
it
some of
gets really
the
harassing.
yeah on Twitter. They really go all out on you.
Wait, sorry. So you're
So
saying
yeah,
baiting KPD rule is not being able to tell hacks from a legit player, and there is some validity to that. But like for example, in your video where you baited the tag, I think one of you put a comment there that it is TOS, right? But like for example, like you're a really high level player, Guzu, and you know what a hacker looks like, how a hacker plays. Like I'm sure you've spectated a lot of hackers yourself, right? So when you do that and then the way you played in that video, it genuinely looked like you were hacking. Like if I was spectating you before I called KPD or
that's
before I
what
called troll
that's
player.
what I added earlier. Like spec client is very buggy at the moment. Like even the minor details get messy. Even like you cannot tell properly if the player is baiting or hacking. So it's really hard. I hope this system is being improved, every day. But yeah, it's all about time. Like devs have a lot of stuff for them right now. They have scripting, they have basic, they have the translation project, they have the normal game updates. So it's really hard to prioritize time from one shit to another. So that is why I think the spec client is taking a bit time. But I guess like the issues are known, they know about the no the spectator issues, and it will be fixed very soon.
Okay, yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna need Spectral. I think I'm gonna need you to read the what you call it, the chat, because
Okay.
my phone is dead, so I have to read through this and it's gonna look bad on YouTube.
So
Kichig,
Billboard. Okay. Billboard's
yeah,
asking
go.
KPD bias towards CCs and verified players. This can be both ways.
Mhm.
How does KPD deal with CC like ship?
Okay, so all those big persons in the community are directly dealt by the game staff or the developers themselves. KPD do not have any say there. Moreover, talking about verified players now, KPT is free to tag verified players if the proof is very, very, very legit. Like if it's very legit, KPT is free to tag. Rest thing is handled by the game staff or devs themselves.
Oh, Flight, they're saying that your voice is very low.
Test, test. What about now?
Yeah, I think it's good now.
Okay,
It's
sorry
a
Okay.
about
lot
that.
better.
My mic's a bit weird these days. Apologies.
Kitschik
Yeah.
asks, have they thought of removing Krunker as a browser game? Look, Kitschik, like Krunker was based for browser, like it's completely based for browser.
Yeah.
Whatever stuff they gain from anything, it's more from browser rather than Steam. So I don't think they are gonna remove Krunker from browser. It was for browser, it is for browser, it will be for browser.
Yeah, I
All
think the
those,
majority,
yeah, the
like,
majority of the stuff they
yeah, the
gain is
majority
from
of the
browser.
player base comes from the browser.
Yeah, like
Yeah, yeah, correct.
what we think about when we think of the Krunker player base is like, the people we talk to on Discord, the people we play pickups with or whatever. But really, what we have to consider is that majority of the players are actually people who don't use Discord. They don't interact with the community. They just go on Krunker on their like on their Chrome and on their laptops that can't run like other games, which is the reason they play Krunker. So they go on
Yeah.
and then they play as guest or low level players, and then they play a few games and then they get off, right? So that's really
Yeah.
the majority. It's not like us sweats who download clients and then do FPS boosting hacks and
Yeah.
not hacks, tips. I don't want to say hacks because we've been having so much discussion on KPD and stuff.
Well, okay, fine.
Yeah, so that's just important to keep in
Even
context.
Yeah.
Arjun asked, in case of verified players, comp players will always get target of one piece of evidence. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. There's always a one type of, privilege that CCs get. I agree that the system is there, but you cannot help it. You cannot do anything for that except sitting here molding, okay, CCs get privilege, we don't. CCs get privilege, comp doesn't. You
Yeah.
cannot do anything for that. So you have to, go with the flow. Like you have to just deal with it. You have to go with it. You cannot do anything for that.
Yeah, actually, last podcast, I took this down because Shiv and Uftus were actually having like brain dead conversations. But last podcast, Shiv and I, and actually Uftus was there too. We were having like really good discussion on big ship stag, and so we were like the debate was basically, did he put enough work into the community to deserve being untagged? Like he got untagged for a bit, right? So that's what the debate was, that did he put enough work into the community that he deserves being untagged and he deserves preferential treatment? So that's just like a question that you have to consider when you're thinking about it.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Like you have to go with it. Comp players, whenever they get tagged, they make a new account, they grind on that, they play on that, they play comp on that. The story just goes. So they should happen same for CC, but yeah, you cannot do anything from your side alone unless everyone knows about this privilege. Like it's not like a group of people know about it, the other don't. Everyone knows about these privileges, but you can't do anything. That's it.
Yeah. Okay,
I
wait.
should have
Flight.
a CS.
And Billboard. Oh,
I was just gonna say posture check twice.
Okay. Posture check.
Arjun,
I appreciate that.
Arjun,
I was slouching.
Arjun said Krunker should have a
yeah.
CS:GO like Overwatch system, which will reduce the amount of false like. See, I said it again. All those other games have, fixed, very built engines. Those engines track clear, those engines enhance the game. Krunker was built on JS and HTML alone. You cannot expect a very big thing from Krunker. Like Krunker is doing fine right now. It's going slowly. It's progressing slowly. So you just cannot expect a very big game out of this at this moment. You have to be patient. You have to be really patient. I know there are minor issues. All those issues are known. You cannot help there unless the devs work on it themselves.
Yeah, actually, can I add on to
Yeah.
something there? Like I know Valorant has an anti-cheat that's supposedly really good, but there was a lot of controversy about it because it like runs very close to your system level or something. I don't know the specifics, but so the thing is, if you try to implement a anti-cheat like that in Krunker, you can't from like again, majority of the players are browser players, and right, and how they install cheats is like through browser extensions, Tamper Monkey, that kind of thing. So if
And
you
for Monkey, yeah.
yeah, if you're trying to like put an anti-cheat that's really like all encompassing, you're gonna be you're gonna be downloading something onto their computer. You're gonna be scanning their computer the whole time. So there's two downsides to that. A, you're really like risking the privacy of the users. Like that can be exploited by like someone with malicious intent really easily. Like for example, someone says, "Oh, I'm gonna make a Krunker hack," and then they make you download something that's actually just gonna steal your IP, keep your webcam on, record your audio, grab your files. And number two, if you have like an anti-cheat that you have to download, um, or like that's really close, that's really all encompassing, you might be losing out on performance there. Like that's not a problem for me because I have a decent computer, but there are a lot of people who
Mm-hmm.
want to play Krunker that have like Pentium, like a 2007 laptop, like 2 gigs of RAM and barely any storage space, right? So,
Yeah, that's basically me,
Mm-hmm.
right?
absolutely. But you have a pretty decent Mac, Shiv.
No, it's bad.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on from this. Okay.
Yeah, so like
Uh,
it,
so
yeah.
Billboard brought up a good question. Okay, no, continue.
No, 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 yeah, I'm done. Go ahead. What's his question?
Kitchik, Raj, do you know the geographical data? Where are the most frequent players from? See, Kitchik, like you can go through that games menu and you can see how many players are online from that particular region. You can take an ideal guess. But I think no one yet has asked about geographical data, like where are the most Krunker players from? I guess they are from Asia right now because Asia is kind of big. Asia is very big. Then you have BLR. I'm talking about BLR included in Asia. But like no one knows the exact details, and it depends upon time zones too.
Yeah, because at any different time, like right now, it's the evening for Asia, or like the afternoon, evening for Asia players. So, we can play a lot, but it might be, wait, what? It's like early morning for some NA players, or like really late night for. So,
Yeah, it
obviously,
depends, but I guess there won't be one more than 2K or 1 point or 2K or max 1.5K from each region at a particular time.
yeah,
So you can take a guess like there are NA, EU, Asia, Japan. So you can take a guess 5,000 to 6,000 players at a single time, approx like that something.
yeah. Do we have
Yeah,
any other
and Billboard.
questions?
You
Yeah.
oh that's a very good good question Guzu asked. Like you have seen IO games die very early. Like there was Crew.io, there was Survive.io, then there were other IO games that died very, very early. But you can see Krunkel is still doing very good as an IO game. That's a plus point right here. So you can expect a lot from this. You can seriously expect a lot from this. You can take a right guess from this. Okay, this game can do well. The thing is, you have to wait. There's nothing in your hands. You cannot do anything to improve it yourself. You have to wait. You can raise your voice for a while, like in moment, like, okay, this is not happening, this is that. But Krunker is seriously doing very well right now, except for those seriously few minor problems like class balancing, anti-cheat, spec client, etc., etc. Those will be answered soon, I guess. But yeah, the main thing is like you have to wait and see how the thing proceeds.
Hmm.
Yeah. Actually,
Developers did support
sorry.
So
other IO
Bill
games
did bring
too.
up a question in chat about real money.
Wait, Shiv, we couldn't hear you.
Your
Can you
voice,
repeat that?
your voice is breaking.
Oh yeah. Bill did bring up a question in chat about real money trading and stuff. So if you guys wanna.
Real money trading, yeah. So how the Steam work is like Steam asks game to buy stuff from Steam itself. Like if I wanna buy a game, I have to pay it through Steam. I have to pay to Steam first, then it goes to the game, then it goes to Steam as a tax, etc., etc. But how Krunker works on the start is like you directly pay to the game, you get the gear back from that. Simple. But Steam doesn't allow system like that, so the monetary trading of skin it's taking a bit time. I don't know if it will be released very soon because that's not a priority for the game devs right now. The main priority is scripting and FaceIT. Both are being worked upon very well. Let's see how they perform out. But real money trading, I don't think that is gonna happen anytime soon.
But what do you think the implications of that would be? Like, do you think
Yeah, but real money trading, then again, it's only gonna real money
That
trading. It's only gonna happen with
yeah,
skins
go on,
like
go on.
unobtainables and stuff. No one's gonna pay money for like legendaries and
blues?
epics and stuff.
Yeah, no one's
Yeah,
gonna be
and
like,
blues.
hey
People
man,
are literally
I want your green poly. I'm gonna pay you
people.
$10 for that. No one's
Real
gonna
money
do that.
trading
That's
Real
gonna
money
inflate.
trading is gonna encourage real money trading. What it's gonna do is it's gonna make the economy more active because people are gonna be grinding to get unobtainables using KR and then selling them for real money.
That's
That's
true.
what's gonna
That's
probably
true.
happen with real money. So it's gonna make the economy much more active.
But I
But
think,
yeah,
sorry.
at the same time, it's gonna inflate it a lot. Like this thing which is you are getting at some amount of care, now you have to pay thousands of bucks to get that. So it's gonna inflate it too. But yeah, at the same time, it is gonna make the economy more active, I agree.
Yeah, yeah,
Wait, actually, how much? I know that there was like a little bit of like anti against TOS like cross trading going on for unobtainables. Do any of you guys remember how much
yeah,
how much the
yeah.
unobs were trading for?
Yep, I
Like,
do.
how much
Yeah,
were they?
the antimatter sold for okay. Strems traded his Vertigo for like I think I don't know like $1,400 or something, and antimatter was traded for 1,200. But yeah,
Yeah, those things carry a lot of amount even when the thing is not legalized. So that's what
yeah,
I'm trying to say. Imagine when it gets legalized, the price will just go double, triple, and then inflation goes up. Yeah, that's the main issue right there.
yeah.
Or
Because if
everything else
people
is fine.
realize that antimatters can be sold, if people realize antimatters can be sold for thousands of dollars, antimatter in game is going to be worth like much more. If people realize you can sell an antimatter for 1,000, they're not going to trade it for like what it's going for right now, which is like for like 2 million, 1 million, something like that. People are going to start trading antimatters for much more, like 5 million, 6 million, which is what HistoriFy said, where inflation is going to take place.
Actually, I think I disagree with you guys because like right now the reason you can trade it for so much when you do cross trading is because there's no supply, right? That's why, so the demand is definitely a lot higher than supply. But if you legalize it, right? If we actually do get real
Hmm.
money trading, then you'll have a lot big, like, so there's one or two people willing to do cross trading. But if you open it up for everyone, then the supply is going to be a lot higher. So that just drives prices down.
No, 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 no. Supply is gonna be fixed. Like the unobtainable rate will just stay the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Contrast rate will still rate the same.
Hmm.
The unboxed rate will still be the same. The main thing is the cost or the demand will increase, so the cost will
Yeah,
increase
the cost
for
will
that
increase
too.
much more because fine right now antimatters trade for let's say 2 million, but when people realize that you can sell them for thousands of dollars, antimatter prices will go up.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, that's what.
What I'm saying is right now there's like what, maybe two or three people who have antimatters, right? And they're willing to get their account locked to earn that money, right? So let's say based on what you guys said earlier, Strems traded it for $1,200, which is a good amount of money. But $1,200 when you convert into KR is $100 is 60,000, so that's 600,000, 720,000. Basically, he bought it for 720,000 KR, which is a lot lower than its trade value. So I think
Mm-hmm,
it might actually like, stay the same or in terms of dollar values go down a little bit, but KR value might stay stable.
uh-huh. Yeah, so one more question, like why skins are being added more than any other. So see, you know, the thing is, everything is being worked upon. Like skin is being worked upon by Vince. Faceit is being worked upon by someone else. The in-game stuff is being worked upon. The scripting is being worked upon, and they have to release it step by step. Like that's what I'm trying to say. You cannot expect a entire game on one day. Okay, release Faceit today. We want Faceit. Release this thing today. Everything is slow because there are just 4 to 5, 7 people, I guess, working in the NDS right now, and they all have different priorities. They all have some fixed priorities, so it's gonna take time. That's what I'm trying to repeat from the start. Like, you have to be patient. You cannot expect very huge stuff on the same day. or in a few weeks. You have to be patient. All those issues are known. All those issues in Krunker are known. You have to wait and see if it's really improved later or not. That's the main thing. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Do we have any other questions in chat? Because it has been around an hour, and otherwise it might get really long to watch on YouTube. So if we have any good questions in chat,
Yeah,
I'd love to take those and then
I agree with HistoriFy. At the end of the day, real money. Yeah, I agree with HistoriFy. At the end of the day, where real money trading isn't a priority for the devs right now, so we're probably not going to see it in the near future. But hopefully one day.
wait, Shiv, where have you been? We ended that topic like 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. Shiv just went to get a snack and then sat back down and just picked up where we left off. All right, yeah. Okay, do we? Uh, okay, yeah. So I don't see any other questions in chat. Yeah, YouTube says hi back, I guess. Um, yeah, so I really appreciate you guys being super active in chat. Like your opinions are gonna be all there in the YouTube that thing, and I mean I'm gonna have to cut this down a little bit for YouTube, but otherwise, yeah. So any closing remarks, Histo?
No, that this was a good experience. Like I was discussing stuff directly with the chat with 30 to 40 people. Like that's a very good first experience for me. Moreover, adding on that, this was like my first Krunker podcast or
Yeah,
an
yeah,
interview where I was a guest. I have to, like it feels good when someone like,
yeah,
okay, Histo, you wanna be a guest of our podcast. So thanks for that opportunity because like I've just took part interviews in schools, nothing special of a podcast. So thank you guys. Like
No, dude,
seriously,
thank
thank you.
you. Like, when I DM'd you, right? When you accepted my friend request and I asked you and you said yes, you should see our hosts host chat. Like
yeah.
I'm just
He got so excited. Like
I'm just
he
Yeah.
got so
spam
excited.
pinging and saying that we got Histo on the show. All right,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so
But
much for being
what
on.
is a good experience?
Yeah, super insightful answer.
Thank.
All right. Thank you so much
Mm-hmm.
everyone
Thank.
for being here. Should let's just raid someone. Uh, Twitch and okay, who are we rating? Quite a quite a lot of people are live. Bryce, Finny Pig, H, Walk.
So I changed a bunch.
Who do we raid?
That's right, Bryce.
Uh, Squishy said raid Amaranth. I'm not raiding Amaranth.
That's right, Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce. Yeah, let's raid Bryce. Slash raid Bryce Krunker. Thank you so much everyone for being here. Really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being super engaged and giving good opinions. Bye bye.
Uh, See you, boys.